My name is Daniel O'Hearn, and for my assignment, I was tasked with comparing a construction project from 1990 to 2020 versus a construction project in the 1700s. For my construction projects, I chose the Marina Bay Sands in Singapore versus the Paris Royale in Paris, France. The Marina Bay Sands, completed in 2011, features 3 towering hotels which support the famous Sky Park. The lower levels contain a casino, shopping centers, restaurants, while the core contains a collective 2,561 rooms between the 3 hotels. And the Sky Park contains a stunning infinity pool as well as more restaurants and a large observation deck. The Singapore government, under advisement from agencies like the Singapore Economic Development Board and the Urban Redevelopment Authority, approved this project, which aimed to transform Singapore into a global destination for tourism. Designed by Mosh Safdie, the Marina Bay Sands was developed by Las Vegas Sands Corporation, who brought their success from the Venetian Resort in Las Vegas to Singapore in the hopes of establishing themselves as a globally talented corporation. The construction of Marina Bay Sands utilizes false work such as scaffolding, crane-supported structures, and shoring to support the immense dead load of the building. The use of slip-forming technology allowed concrete to be poured continuously, which helped the speed and efficiency of construction. For transportation, heavy materials were transported by barges, then lifted into place using cranes and concrete pumps. The building also needs to withstand incredible forces, including wind, tension, and compression forces, because it's so tall and so high in the sky. Especially at the Sky Park point, which features a cantilever design, which means that one side of the deck extends beyond the towers. This required careful calculation to ensure that the structures actually stays stable. If the same problem was proposed in the 1700s of housing and a point for tourism, the project would not have likely been completed, as the land was mostly covered by water and a marshland and was only a small trading port until the 19th century, when the government decided to reshape and the reclamation of the area. The problem would likely cause there to be a much larger building land-wise, but the problem would likely not have been a big problem, as the government would be worrying about the reclamation of the land first, but then developing their small trading port for functionality and not focusing on luxury. Now, for the Paris Royale, completed in 1770, originally built by Cardinal Richelieu, solved a similar problem of housing and later became a hub for social life and events. Because the creation of the Paris Royale was pre-industrial revolution, the builders had to contend with a very different set of challenges. The building relied on wooden cranes and manual labor, using animals and teams to move large stones and blocks, and also had to deal with different resources such as wood, stone, and masonry. Although there are clear differences in scale and materials, both projects face similar challenges. Both were solutions for housing and a want for a popular spot for tourism and trade. The Paris Royale would have used earlier forms of false work. However, the Paris Royale would have used earlier forms of false work and shoring, though much simpler and crafted from wood compared to the more advanced techniques used in Marina Bay Sands. The forces on Paris Royale were more traditional, mainly tension and compression, as they weren't as complicated as the engineering feats in the Marina Bay Sands project. However, they still used weaker materials such as stone and wood, while Marina Bay Sands had to withstand much greater forces due to its height and the complexity of its design, and used stronger materials such as steel. Both Paris Royale and Marina Bay Sands were built in very different times, though they share a common goal to address pressing housing challenges and a want for popularity. Marina Bay Sands, with its innovative use of modern materials and technology, stands as a symbol of 21st century engineering, just as the Paris Royale was a cornerstone of 18th century urban development. Thank you.